Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Go Bold or Go Home podcast, featuring our special guest, Mr. Seth Johnson.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me on, bro.
We're glad to have him here, guys. So we are going to be getting an unbiased opinion because everyone keeps yelling at me for, hating on Dylan's team because his team sucks. And
Dylan's team sucks.
Yeah, Dylan's team sucks. The unbiased opinion. But let's go ahead and get into this. And
sorry, Dylan.
Yeah, hey, we'll see. Maybe we won't tell him whose team's who, and he'll figure it out. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and share. So, as you guys can see, yes. So, first matchup of the week is going to be yours truly, the Aaron Hernandez pistol offense, which is undefeated, might I say, versus the winless, bodacious Bunchmeiser by James.
Yeah, so, I can see. I see why bodacious is winless. He's rolling with Ryan Tannehill. I had to say personally, I have a vendetta against him this year because I drafted him. I'm playing in a league with my fiance's family. And I drafted great, except for the QB. I took him late. And I was like, Tannehill to the moon. He'll get me at least 15 points.
Yeah.
Garbage. He's garbage. Antonio Gibson, I've drafted him in every league. He's been a royal disappointment. Tony Pollard's not bad, but I guess he's going to have to replace him on that bye. Julio Jones has been a disappointment. Nelson Aguilar, he's giving pick sixes to Diggs, so I like him, but not for fantasy. Yeah, bro, I don't know. Latavius Murray's a great one. Now, see, he can build off that, but I don't know if he has much of a chance going up against undefeated over here.
I'm pretty sure James is in full tank mode. He's already traded for a couple draft picks, so he's kind of relaxed his team. Meanwhile, I've made some trades, everyone. I did let Aaron Jones go, and I've been okay because Leonard Fournette is pouring in points now.
Bro, he's killing it, man.
Yeah.
He's turned it around.
It's been great. And then I've also, I was able to get Justin Herbert out of that, which, he's on my bench, but that's cool because
he had a rough game last week, but it happens. But Air Bear's the guy who helped me win my league last year, first time ever playing. And I started him over Deshaun Watson every week, man. He was good.
And I was able to finagle. I just got myself a third-round pick, Chase Edmonds and T.Y. Hilton. And all I had to give up was Jerry Jeudy and Josh Jacobs. So not too shabby.
Yeah, Jacobs isn't much of a producer. He's not consistent. I had him last year. He was my first-round pick, and that was the biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah.
He's like, I actually really like the Raiders this year, but I don't trust Josh Jacobs.
He's a touchdown. He only gets fantasy points when he scores a touchdown.
That's right. I'll tell you, Devontae Booker's a good pickup.
I got him. I got Gaskin on my bench, and then I have a wide receiver gang, basically.
Yeah, you do. Booker's going to be a monster for a while. I think if they play someone who's not the Rams, he's going to do well. As long as they don't get too far behind, they're going to keep feeding Booker because, I mean, you know how Jason Garrett is. He's like, first down and 10, we're down by 20.
Run the ball.
That's what we're going to do every time we get a first down, but running sucks. We're running the ball. It doesn't matter. Jason Garrett's an idiot. So that's good for Devontae Booker. So that'll work out. I have Booker as well. I think he's going to do some good.
And I'll put it this way that, as you can see, I have a 78% chance of winning, and that's without changing my defense because I'm already projected 100 points essentially without.
Bro, you're looking at Kansas City versus the Jaguars right now. So, that just kind of is what it is. Who's on old James's bench over here? Hold on.
I mean, he's got, he's taken a.
Who the heck is Dwayne Washington?
Hey, Dwayne Washington, watch out. He's got a projected 2 points.
Bro. Okay, Ronald Jones, dude, I'm so sorry, man.
This is King City
for sure.
he's had the last 2 drafts, the like bottom picks, and
dude, that's rough,
for
man.
him.
Yeah.
It's been rough, but he has he has a lot of draft picks this next year, so he'll be okay.
Yeah, and Tony Pollard might be able to produce, and I mean honestly, he should just bench everyone and just lose every week to get that first overall.
Oh, it actually, so we do it based off just a preseason raffle for draft picks.
Okay, so you can't really tank.
We don't allow tanking.
You
only
trade,
tanking
but you can't. Yeah.
You have
can't
to trade
for a top round pick. That's interesting. I've never done a keeper league before, and so I might start one next year.
It's fun. It is highly recommend.
We might need more, Nolan, if you're willing to do more.
I am always willing to do more. Now look at this. This is Dylan Hates Pancakes versus Double Ante Andreas. Injuries have kind of murdered a couple of these teams here, as you can see. We got Dylan has made
Dawson Knox is hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, he's made some trades, but as you can see on his IR here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man, Khalil Mack, or not Khalil Mack, sorry, whoever that is, Khalil Herbert, he was showing out on Sunday. And Darren Williams, the same thing when he came in. Chicago can just run. Except for some reason this year, Chicago can't run when Montgomery's there. Like, I had my fiance, I was like, we're driving my fiance the first time she's ever played fantasy football. I was like, David Montgomery? Dude, this is like the 4th round. You got to take that guy. Like, he is going to get – there's not many good RBs in the league, and he's one of them. Wrong. He just hasn't had a good year. Maybe it was like strength of schedule, but it was – I mean, he hasn't had good games at all.
Yeah. And, I mean, I will say, Dylan, as much as I hate your team, somehow you're going to still pull out a win this week, and you are the luckiest
looking good.
team.
Matt Stafford's good. He probably got him late. Hunter Renfrow, maybe. Mark Andrews could have a 40-point game again. Who knows? And Devontae Smith, I just don't like his WRs are rough.
Well, he doesn't have a quarterback. That's my opinion. I think he has a running back playing quarterback.
Wait, no, Stafford, the guy who has Dylan.
Oh, no, Devontae Smith, like with the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Jalen Hurts is – no, he's just not having a great year.
He's a little Lamar Jackson that can't throw, so.
That is true. Now, Zach Ertz, that's a good pickup. I expect him to go through the roof because Kyler Murray loved Max Crosby, and Zach Ertz has got to be at least 20 steps ahead of Max Crosby. So that is a big win.
If it wasn't for the bye week, I think Andre would easily win, but he's getting hurt with a lot of his buys on running backs because he's already got.
Yeah, I see Trey Sermon
out, and both Madison and
Madison's killing it.
Kittle's on the IR and Robinson.
Bro, he has the best boxer in the league in Kadarius Toney.
Hey, you know what? You never know. He's
down a wicked right hook.
That right hook, you got to watch out for it.
Yeah, Marlon Mack's not gonna do anything for him.
Trey Sermon can get like his 5 touches in the game.
Right. Let's see who does he even need? Oh, James Robinson as the bye week.
He is so far this season. Andre has been Lamar Jackson and Marquise Brown or bust. Like when they are on, they get like 30, 40 points. But then
yeah. He and I don't know. Lamar just seems like he's always gonna put up points, but I don't know. Brown and Andrews, you just never know, bro. If he can pick up the Browns running back.
Already taken. We'll see him later.
Jeez, because
this league is very fast on the waiver wire.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I guess this league moves it quickly because like our waivers don't go through till tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it was picked up last week before the injuries.
Is this a 12-person league?
Yep. So
bro, it's so hard. There's just if you get injuries, you're done. Like it's over. I feel that. Anyway.
So,
well, best of luck. I mean, you never know, man, because Elijah Mitchell might not have a great game. Indy, he'll probably have a good game. Khalil Herbert might not, though. Tampa Bay's a solid defense, and Darren Williams is supposed to be back. So,
it'll depend. I mean, he can underperform, but I mean,
right.
an underperformance still is going to get him like 65 points.
I mean, Allen Robinson probably won't have a great game. Godwin could go crazy, and Brown could go crazy, and Lamar could go crazy. Washington is going to net him -3 points because Washington defense is butt this year.
And they're playing
against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Go pick yourself up a different defense, bro. They're just not going to do it.
All right. Well, moving forward, now we have John's
Adams family.
I hate Aaron Rodgers versus the Adam family.
Oh, second.
Yeah, that'd be John. He's loving fantasy football. As you see, he did make his record first transaction where he actually did something from people he drafted, because usually he rides his team.
I gotta say, big fan already of his team. Brandon Cooks is people like, even this year, people were like, don't get Brandon Cooks. I was like, Houston's going to throw the ball at some point, and they have to throw it to someone. They throw it to Brandon Cooks because he's a good receiver, and he gets open, he gets separation. And so I have Brandon Cooks in almost all of my leagues because I love him. And he's done really, pretty well for himself. So he's almost like a DJ Moore 2, you know what I mean? Like he has those games that are just like 20 points, and then he'll have a 7. But then he's like 20, 7. But
I think the big thing for John is he needs to, 1, move Miles Sanders to RB, and then 2, he needs to hope that they actually run the ball in Philly.
Yeah.
Definitely start Aaron Rodgers. We know he hates Aaron Rodgers, but he did draft Aaron Rodgers.
He should start. Well, Jalen Hurts will have a good game against Las Vegas. I think that's a good move. And I know that who they playing? Oh, yeah, he's playing. But the rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, if I were him, man, Sanders is going to do well. But I think all of his touchdowns are going to be stolen by Hurts because Hurts likes to be a running back and run into the end zone.
Yeah.
And so I have Sanders in one of my other leagues. I mean, I am so disappointed. Like, I think he could have a good second half of the year, but that's someone he might just want to trade and get a different RB.
John won't trade, but it's a good idea.
Yeah. DK is kind of a waste now, and I hope he can find a tight end.
He took both Seattle receivers.
So it's tough to see with Gino in there, but Russell could be back soon. This other team, though, it's looking pretty solid. That's a good-looking team.
Aaron has probably, I would say, the second best team in the league. His record is rough, but he's had a rough start to the year.
Sometimes it doesn't work out,
Yep, but he does consistently put up 100+ points, and this is
his WR room is great. Look at that.
Yes.
Adams, McLaurin, and Samuel. Those are 3 top 10 guys. Terry might not be there really, but he might as well be. I would take Scary Terry over Mike Williams. Mike Williams has been doing 40-point games.
And
his production.
Typically, he also has Zeke normally, but Zeke's out this week, so.
Wow!
And he'll still put up 100 points. So
J.D. McKissick is the reason that Gibson sucks butt this year.
Yep.
And
McKissick gets all the touchdowns.
Dude, I don't know if you've been watching the Washington games, but McKissick, when you see him run, he is moving. And when you see Gibson run, you're like,
it's interesting. It is very interesting. I will say, it sounds to me, though, like Gibson needs more energy when he's running. And when it comes to energy, the only energy I trust is our unofficial sponsor today, Duracell. Duracell gives me the energy I need to run like McKissick. But without Duracell, I look more like a Gibson out there. So go get your own Duracell so you can keep running.
I do want to take a moment to plug this too. When Nolan was trying to figure out, he was looking at his emails and trying to find out who emailed him to be the unofficial sponsor today. He did look back at his green screen with all those sponsors and to see if he could figure out which one it was. And it's a green screen. There's nothing behind it.
Hey, you don't know that. That could be a real screen I had put up into my house.
Bro, you might be right, but I know you're wrong.
But I might be right. That's what matters. And speaking of might be right, I'm going to say that Aaron is going to continue John's bad luck by beating him again. And even if John has a solid team, he's had a tough schedule this year.
Chubb injury's hard. Joe Mixon is up and down, and they're playing Baltimore. He ain't going to get many points. And I think Matt Ryan had a really solid showing this year. So if you can't have a top-tier quarterback, Matt Ryan's a good go-to.
And it'll be Matt Ryan against a Miami Dolphins team that let Trevor Lawrence carve them up. So
yeah, Brian Flores is going to be mad, but I think Matt Ryan gets it done.
Yep, 100. All right. Next is one of my favorite teams, Colton over here, because Quan Solo. Love the name.
I was appreciating that name.
Yes. And then you have our good buddy Clint, High Tide Heroes. And I will say, so Colton's one of my reasons I love his team is his team last year. His name was Team Tank because he embraced the tank and traded all for like top. He finished drafting it after the 6th round because he had all his picks for his whole roster.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at this. Like, I'm just looking at even the people on the bench. Like,
he turned it around. Now, he's had a rough year because, as you can see, Saquon getting hurt again immediately.
Yeah,
not fun for him. He's getting Shepard back. That's nice.
But Adam Thielen's had some recent troubles, but this is a solid roster. Alvin Kamara, like, that's
and he
really
actually
great.
traded for that. He gave up. I traded, so Colton here made me think he really wanted Aaron Jones and that dirtbag. I trade him Aaron Jones. He then turns around, trades Aaron Jones and Darrell Henderson for Alvin Kamara to the guy I was going up against this last week. And we'll get to his team later because he almost beat me. Thank God for Derrick Henry going off because if Derrick Henry scored that last touchdown, I would have lost last week.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I love Alvin Kamara, but that's an L because Henderson's been getting touchdowns and Aaron Jones will still produce enough, and that'll double what Alvin Kamara can do. And when you only have James Conner as your other RB and Kenyon Drake, I think he took the L on that trade. But
interesting. Well, you hear the unbiased opinion here first, folks. But I still think he will get the win over Clint's team.
I think so too.
But I will say, Clint has the best upset chance, I think, of all the teams this week because all he needs is Jonathan Taylor to have another big game and Kyler Murray the ball out, and he'll be set.
Yeah, I'm so nervous about all Cincinnati wide receivers minus Jamar Chase because it's kind of like Tampa Bay when I look at Cincinnati. There's so much talent. You can almost assume that Godwin is going to do a solid showing, but because Brady loves Godwin, but Evans and Brown, it's like either it's 30 or it's nothing. And you don't know what's going to happen.
It's like the Dallas Cowboys. CD's going to ball 1 week. Cooper balls 1 week. Zeke balls 1 week. Dak balls 1 week. It's never all of them getting it split evenly.
Right. The only person you can really trust on the Cowboys is Schultz. He is the only one who's going to get at least 12 points. He might get 30. He might get 10, but he'll probably most likely get 12.
Yeah, for sure. I will say his concern, I actually have a concern more with Robert Woods than Tyler Boyd just because Cooper Kupp is just stealing everything on that team.
Now, Robert Woods did have a breakout game against, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I remember who they played.
Yeah, it was one, but I think that was more a scheme thing when they tried to take Kupp away and they just were like, all right, we're going to go to Woods then.
I mean, Woods has still had some solid showings. Like he's going to consistently get you about 12 to 15, so it's a safe choice and big boom potential. I don't think he'll bust, but it's safe. I gotta say too, people hate the New York Giants, but for some reason their wide receivers always put up a lot of points. Maybe because they're always behind, and so they have to throw it. But I love the Sterling Shepard pick. It's a good move.
Yeah, it's a good move. It'll be. I'm gonna ride with Colton. I've been riding with him. He's been high in my power rankings I've done, so I'm riding with him till the end of the season, until he goes up against me. Sorry, Colton. That's gonna be the L. All right, now we got the rolling with my homies.
Cordell Patterson
and Bishop Sycamore. It was Bishop Sycamore, but after I beat Steven last week, he decided to change his team name because Poor Steven has had 3 games this season where he was winning and he had a 99% probability of winning the matchup going into Monday Night Football. And then someone would ball out that was projected not to ball out and he would lose. And for example, he had I think 45-point lead on me with AJ Brown to play going into Monday Night Football, and I had Derrick Henry and Stephon Diggs, and Derrick Henry getting me 35 plus Diggs is getting me 15. I was like, all right, it's a good day, and he lost by 2 points, I think.
Oh,
yeah, it's been. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, later, but I feel like Steven's also the one that also lost poorly because of a stat correction early in the season. So it's been rough for Steven.
Yeah, man. But hey, still, that 2-4 is not horrible. It's not the end of the world. He can still make it, but he's got the best receiver right now in Cup. And DeAndre Swift is nothing to blink at. So he got the Aaron Jones, Darrell Henderson. He won that trade.
He won that trade.
That's going to get him good. I feel so. I'm looking at Damian Harris on his bench. I also fell for the Damian Harris in all of my leagues. Big mistake.
He's been trying to trade Harris for the last 3 weeks. So
I just waited on him for weeks and weeks and weeks. Finally, I got rid of him. And then he did really well, and then he's done nothing since. I'm out on Harris.
See, I've been trying. It looks like he's still not listening to me. I've been trying to get him to start Jalen Waddle over AJ Brown, and because I traded him Waddle early in the year, and he has not listened to me. And last week Waddle balled out, and I said, Tua loves Jalen.
He does.
Trust me.
And now against who they playing? Atlanta. Yeah, I would play Waddle over AJ Brown because, again, I don't trust AJ Brown because I don't trust Tannehill. It's not AJ Brown's fault. It's Tannehill.
Oh, it's definitely Tannehill.
I love Tannehill, but he's just not going to do Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott things for AJ Brown.
It's Tennessee, and they're going to 9 times out of 10 pound the rock, especially against a weak KC defense.
Yep.
It just run down. But yes, and then looking on the other side, you have Ben's team, who, like he said, Cordell Patterson, so he's getting all the points.
The man. Yeah.
And he's the one that picked up Daenerys Johnson for Cleveland. So
good move. It was a good move. I don't know if he looked in a crystal ball and saw Kareem Hunt falling apart, but it was a good move. And he's got a good bench too. Devin Singletary is a joke, but outside of that, Steelers are going to have some good games. Jared Cook is a really great option. He just every once in a while will put up 40. I guess it's kind of like the Jalen Waddle factor, right? He's not a bad. He's good to put in there if you have a lot of cushion points, like a Cooper Kupp, who can make up for a bad game.
I will say his team has been hurt in a couple of close games this year by Mahomes turning the ball over a lot. That's been negative on him. Also, I will say,
Jeff Wilson Jr.
He did take Jerry Jeudy from me, so he has the trifecta of Denver wide receivers. So starting when they're all healthy.
Yeah, I just you're asking a team not to have a bad game. You're just begging for one team to not suck. Or really, you're begging Teddy to not suck. And Teddy will not suck, but he also will be not good.
He is a solid 15 quarterback, just right there in the middle. He's at that line of, he'll get your team to the borderline playoffs, wild card, but he won't get them to make any run in the playoff. So, but I will say though, this week, I've got to lean. Oh man, it's tough, but I'm going to lean. I'm leaning Steven's team over here, Bishop Sycamore, only because I think the running back duo he's been able to acquire is going to carry him. I've been pulling for Ben's team a lot this year. But it's just, unless Cordell Patterson has another 30-point appearance, I don't see it happening this week.
I think if CeeDee Lamb was playing, I would go Ben's team because Patrick Mahomes is about to ball out. Like,
oh yeah,
I think he's on a rampage right now. Now that rampage includes turnovers, but I think he's going to carve up Tennessee's secondary, and he's gonna score touchdowns. He ain't gonna kick no field goals like Buffalo was doing. He's gonna score touchdowns. Tennessee's gonna come off of a high, and they're gonna get their butts kicked. And I also don't really trust Derek Carr, but I also think that Stevens' team is going to win. I just those running, just like you said, those running backs. Cooper Kupp, if he replaces AJ Brown, it's almost a shoe-in.
All right, yes. Now, going in the last matchup, we have Stop It Step Bro versus the Brady Bunch. Look, dude, our league has some of the greatest team names. Like it was a pride for our team.
We had a guy in I'm in a 12-man league this year. We had a guy who changed his name to "Will you show me your TDs?"
Oh, I think our league, what is our league name? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's something about that. Wait, I can just find it real quick. There we go. Show me your TDs. Yep, that's the league.
Is that really the league name?
Yep, show me your TDs.
That's funny, man.
So I will say Hayden's team, he's going to have an unfortunate week because Dak is going to be out this week.
And Cook.
So let's see. I haven't even seen his backup quarterback because he doesn't have a backup quarterback.
All buys, bro.
Yep. So this is going to be a lot of outs and a lot of buys.
Yeah. He could drop that backup running back from Cincinnati, grab like, I don't know, some QB. Get Teddy. Teddy will be solid for you. He'll get you 12, 15.
Hey, that's possible. There's a couple quarterbacks I think out there. You can always, trade for a quarterback with a guy who just wants draft picks, pointing at myself. But I will say,
who's your extra QB?
Oh, I have Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, but
oh yeah,
and I just traded Derek Carr away, as we saw on the last team.
Yeah.
Because Derek Carr is whatever. But I will say, Jake's team, I think, is going to be the strong team. Now, Jake's team's been interesting. He has the record for the highest point total in a week of like 167 in 1 week.
Oh, it's been a ball out week, huh?
But he's also had weeks where he doesn't meet.
Well, it's because he's got Eckler and Mike Williams, bro.
He has weeks where they
and Sanders. He
has weeks when they go nuts.
And then weeks when it's nothing.
Yeah. It's very hit or miss. But he does have Tom Brady, which is probably one of the best quarterbacks this year right now.
He's number one in fantasy points.
Yeah, it's been crazy. So I do expect him to take this one pretty handedly unless Hayden makes a play for a quarterback soon.
If he gets a QB and Antonio Brown, he has 2 Bucks receivers. I don't know, bro.
He has not only 2 Bucks receivers there, but he does also have Tyreek Hill in that flex spot, which is
fair, man.
Solid. Yeah.
I would be, my thing is I don't trust Melvin Gordon and I don't trust Javonte Williams. I know Eckler's out right now, but like sucks that those are your best ones. Jamar Chase is going to kill it. Hopkins is going to kill it. Pitts will probably do great. And Brady's going to kill it. And the Patriots defense is going to get him 20 points. So it'll be a good week.
Now, I will say Chuba Hubbard will probably get a ton of points as long as McCaffrey's still out. And
that's true.
Playing the Giants. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be good for him as well. But yeah. So that will be advantage. Our team. So I will end it. We're going to look at some standings so you can see what, it's looking like as it shapes up. So we have your boy at first place.
Your boy.
Yeah, the one tie's a fluke. I'm not going to lie. Then you got Dylan's team. I still think his team has lucked itself in there. And Dylan, you're ready for some hurting. I'm playing you in like week 8, I think. And
Dylan has a lot to do with it. Luck has everything to do with it, bro. Don't let him hate on you.
I will hate all I want. Stop and Step Bro. Hayden's in 3rd. And then you got Quan right behind him. And I'm going to say, I think it's going to come where I am saying this all in love and in true analysis, not just hate, but I think Dylan's team's going to hit a rough patch, and you're going to be out of playoff contention just barely. You're going to be last out, and I think Bishop Sycamore will sneak in, even though their team has had a rough start.
How many teams do you have in the playoffs?
Just top 6.
Wow.
That's off right here. It's a close match, as you can see, all the 3s and 4s right here.
I'd be curious how Adam's family turns out, because I have a similar situation right now where I have a little stacked wide receiver room, but not much else. And I'd be curious how his works out, because my league, no one wants to trade anything. So hopefully he can do some trades and secure some W's.
Yeah, we usually have a very active trade deadline, which is coming up in a few weeks as well. So it'll be big. So, well, thank you, sir, for coming in, giving us some unbiased opinions. It was much appreciated. And I'm just going to say, all I can say for a moment like this, it takes me a second. I have to let it build. Let it build. Oh, I can't remember where I placed it. Oh no, I'm failing. Oh, I'm going to end this podcast by just saying Dylan's team is terrible. Shots fired! Shots fired! All right, thank you.
You need to get yourself a sound man in the back.
I really do. That's what we need. Is like
this is what the fan does, right?
4 other things. Yeah.
Explosion sounds and everything.
Until next time. We'll see y'all next week. All right. Bye, guys.